Well, day two. Um, Day two of my flight instructor course is done. So a little bit of a reflection on today. Started out this morning with some absolutely glorious weather. Lovely to see some absolutely stunning blue skies. That set me up reasonably well for the day ahead. So first thing up this morning was to teach my first, or brief my first ground lecture on exercise 7 and 8, climbing and descending. So spent a bit of time before the start of the brief getting the board all drawn up. Was reasonably happy with the board, and then delivered the brief to the flight instructor and two other course students. Some positive feedback. It was good. I think having had previous experience of teaching people and training people certainly helps. Although the subject matter is not unfamiliar to me, teaching it is still something different. So that was good. I managed to deliver that, and then my colleague on the course also delivered the same brief as well. So we were able to kind of compare and contrast how I delivered it, how he delivered it, which bits did he land really well, which bits did I land perhaps slightly better, and we're able to learn from each other, which is really good. And then it was a case of getting in the air and making the most of what is an absolutely glorious flying day. So straight back in the right hand seat with the flight instructor and up to do exercise 7 and 8 in the air. My first real attempt at actually doing the whole demonstrate, train, practice cycle. And I suppose my first reflection is actually, I mean, I've only been here 2 days, and already I can sense my tolerance, my own internal tolerance to flying has tightened up. So I'm starting to be really specific on altitude control, making sure I really work on the headings. As I said yesterday, there is no way in God's small earth that I'm going to say the right-hand seat is entirely comfortable just yet. But it's starting to become a bit more familiar. I'm not doing the whole kind of like 3-second look for something. I'm starting to build a little bit of muscle memory. And most pleasingly, my landings are starting to get back to something that resembles a landing rather than an uncoordinated thump into the ground. So still got some practice to go on that. This afternoon, a bit more mutual flying with one of the other students from a previous course who's just on a bit of a carryover because the weather's been so bad. I mean, it's really nice to fly with him, a young gentleman who's just secured an airline job. And do you know what? He's going to make an absolutely fabulous pilot because he flies amazingly well. He's got an excellent teaching manner for somebody quite so young. So good luck to him, and I hope when his test comes around he aces it. Final part of the day, back up with the flight instructor and with a little bit more of teaching and learning. So exercise 9 is what we concentrated on in that lesson, which is turning. And again, just really stripping back the basics of what it is to do effective quality turning, really building up that sight picture, helping the students understand what the picture should look outside the window when you're doing bits. Sometimes I think when we get into the PPL syllabus and how I've seen other training and even some of my own experience, there's parts of the lesson which actually you might benefit from revisiting again later. And turning, I know how to turn an aircraft. I can turn onto a heading, I fly IMC, I can pretty much do anything. But actually, it took a bit of work just to get really fine into those tolerances. So all in all, a really enjoyable day. No surprise, I have a pile of homework to do again tonight. So I'll be spending most of this evening preparing for tomorrow's briefs. And then hopefully the weather holds out. If I can get the next few weeks of weather like it's been today, then hopefully all's going to go really well in the course. But for now, time for some dinner, time for some study. And I did intend to put the TV on last night, didn't even make it on. So you never know, I might actually make some time to have a little bit of relaxation this evening. I'll hopefully see you tomorrow for day 3.